Trying to keep poor people from
Democratic
voting.
members of Congress, along with Reverend Jesse Jackson, gathered here at the Capitol to express opposition to photo identification laws passed by 16 states, requiring voters to present photo identification before casting a ballot in an election.
I guess they don't think that we understand that they're trying to keep poor people from voting, minorities from voting, the elderly from voting, students from voting. We are not stupid. We understand this is by design. When you go to every state that a Republican governor, where there's a Republican governor, they are doing this across this country. And we're just not going to take it.
The fact that all these states came up with these laws at the same time was not spontaneous generation. It was Rovian. This was an obvious Republican attempt to hurt our vote in 2012 and to hurt the President of the United States' chances of re-election, which is the entire agenda of the Republican House, is to defeat Barack Obama, even if they take down the United States economy while they do it.
Reverend Jesse Jackson says voters can prove their identity without showing a photo ID at the polls. What documents do you think people should have to provide in order to vote if it doesn't need to be a photo ID in your mind?
You could use a utilities ID, in some instances a driving license, like social security number, a whole range of personal identifications. Phone bill. If, for example, if you getting voter registration through the mail, you don't use any of that. But there's a target population that votes higher in the absentee ballot, for example. But the fact that we should be all fighting for universal access, on-site, same day, given today's technology, the scheme to suppress the student vote and the senior vote, the minority vote, the vote of the poor, the disabled.
My daughter is in college in Wisconsin. She is terrified of the idea of having her dorm address on her student ID. Stalking is a real problem. She doesn't want people, when she shows her ID at a store or at a bar, to be able to know her address.
And even, for example, moving voting from Sunday back to Tuesday. Well, Tuesday, when most people work, there always was a scheme to suppress the vote. And you have higher turnout on the weekends. So there's just a number of schemes, and since it's 34 states, you know it is a plan to determine the outcome. As opposed to focusing on easy access voter registration, we have the suppression schemes. We're fighting wars right now. Fighting wars for democracy and suppressing it at home. It's a contradiction.
Nicholas Balsi, CNSnews.com, The Capitol.